Good evening, Ben Mankiewicz with you. Welcome to TCM, where tonight, in honor of his 90th birthday, which was yesterday, we're featuring the work of a wildly underappreciated actor, Judd Hirsch. To those of my generation, maybe one or two in front of me as well, Hirsch is forever etched in our consciousness as a world-weary, sardonically amusing, but genuinely kind New York cabbie, Alex Rieger, on the TV show Taxi, which ran for 5 seasons, 1978 to 1983, 4 on ABC, the last on NBC. Hirsch led the memorable ensemble cast and won 2 Emmy Awards for lead actor in a comedy series. But Taxi is just a small, though significant, part of Hirsch's considerable resume as an actor. From the 1970s through today, Hirsch has been active on the stage, in films, and on television, bringing characteristic warmth and a unique brand of authenticity to every role he inhabits. We begin tonight with Judd Hirsch as the patriarch of a highly unconventional family. This is from Warner Brothers in 1988, Running on Empty. Hirsch and Christine Lahti play a married couple, 2 former anti-war radicals. They've been on the run from the FBI for the last 15 years for their involvement in a botched protest bombing at a napalm lab. They're also loving parents to 2 sons. As one might imagine, the years of hiding, changing identities, and moving from place to place at a moment's notice have put an enormous strain on the family, especially for their oldest son, a piano prodigy played by River Phoenix. Phoenix, the same age as his character, 17, earned his only Oscar nomination for this performance. It's a near certainty there would have been more, but Phoenix died tragically of an unintentional overdose in 1993. Writer Naomi Foner earned a nomination as well for her original screenplay. Foner has 2 kids who, like their mom, are Oscar nominees, Maggie Gyllenhaal and her younger brother Jake. Jake has become an accomplished and nuanced leading man. He has a Best Supporting Actor nomination for Brokeback Mountain. Maggie has 2 nominations, Best Supporting Actress for Crazy Heart and Best Adapted Screenplay for The Lost Daughter, which she also directed. Their mother, Naomi Foner, got the idea for Running on Empty from its producers, Amy Robinson and Griffin Dunn. They showed her a New York Times article about a group of radicals who'd been arrested. Their children had to be placed in foster care. One boy had been such a perfect American kid, Foner said, playing in Little League, great grades in school, that people really couldn't believe he'd been raised by fugitives. That was the jumping off point, said Foner. While Phoenix's character is central to the plot, Hirsch, who's made a career out of playing insightful father figures, is firmly in his element as he struggles to balance his political ideology with his love for his children. From director Sidney Lumet in 1988, also with Martha Plimpton, Running on Empty. Judd Hirsch didn't develop an interest in acting until his late 20s. Born in the Bronx in 1935, he spent his formative years there and in Brooklyn. Studied physics in college before serving in the U.S. Army Reserve, then finding work as an engineer. Hirsch eventually found his way to the stage, studying at HB Studio in Greenwich Village and graduating from the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York in 1962. In the 70s, he starred in a number of theatrical productions and landed a steady stream of TV roles before getting the role of Alex Rieger on Taxi, which transformed him from a working character actor into a television star. In addition to 2 Primetime Emmys for his work on Taxi, Hirsch also has 2 Tony Awards for Best Actor. And then there are his 2 Oscar nominations. The second for his memorable turn in Steven Spielberg's feature film about his own life, The Fabelmans. Hirsch's first nomination came for playing a dedicated psychiatrist, helping young Timothy Hutton find his footing in a deeply dysfunctional family defined by tragedy in the 1980 drama Ordinary People. And Ordinary People is the film we have next on Turner Classic Movies. Hello, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Thanks for watching TCM, where we're ready for the second film in a double feature dedicated to a gifted actor who also happens to be a mensch, Judd Hirsch, who celebrated his 90th birthday yesterday. I'll share this quick story that confirms Hirsch's menschiness. I did a story on him for CBS Sunday Morning in 2023, spent a couple of days with him, one in L.A., one in New York. When I met him first at his Los Angeles home, he answered the door, inviting me into a house that smelled gloriously of freshly baked pie. Blueberry, I think, but it might have been some delicious berry combo. He offered me a slice of the pie, which he had baked himself. If you offer someone you've never met freshly baked pie, you're a mensch. I'm pretty sure it's in the Torah. Up next, one of Hirsch's most memorable movies. He plays a critical supporting role in Robert Redford's directorial debut. From Paramount, the Academy Award winner for Best Picture of 1980, Ordinary People. It's the story of a family. Donald Sutherland as the father, Mary Tyler Moore the mother, with Timothy Hutton as their teenage son who's struggling emotionally. Alvin Sargent adapted the story from a novel by Judith Guest, a novel still unpublished when Robert Redford optioned it to direct. In addition to the Best Picture win, Redford himself won the Oscar for Best Director, again, his first time directing. The script also won an Oscar, as did Timothy Hutton for Best Supporting Actor in his first film. As Ordinary People opens, Hutton's character is still desperately trying to get over a tragedy and a failed attempt to end his own life. He grudgingly finds himself in the care of a psychiatrist. That's Judd Hirsch. Hutton's parents are in their own ways failing him. Mary Tyler Moore, like Judd Hirsch, best known as a TV actor, earned a Best Actress nomination, as did Hirsch for Supporting Actor, pitting him against Hutton. Hirsch reportedly landed the part after Gene Hackman dropped out of the production. Gene Hackman is one of the finest actors of his era, but it's hard to imagine anyone bringing the same qualities Hirsch imbues into the role of Hutton's therapist. In a film where so many characters seem unmoored, Hirsch's brusque but compassionate performance is a grounding force. From Paramount in 1980, Ordinary People. Ordinary People is notable as one of the few times across film and TV roles that Judd Hirsch has not been cast as a father, though he's certainly a father figure in the film. Over the years, Hirsch has played father to many, mostly male actors. In addition to River Phoenix earlier this evening in Running on Empty, that list includes Malcolm Getz, Jeff Goldblum, Rob Morrow, David Krumholtz, Sal Rubinek, Johnny Galecki, and Jeff Garland. As I mentioned before the film, Hirsch's work in Ordinary People earned him his first Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. He lost to his co-star and on-screen patient, Timothy Hutton. Hirsch received his second Oscar nomination playing the great uncle to a young boy, the character based on Steven Spielberg in Spielberg's 2022 semi-autobiographical film, The Fabelmans. Hirsch doesn't have a ton of screen time. That nomination came largely on the strength of a single, stunning monologue. The nomination interval broke a long-standing record held by Henry Fonda for the longest gap between Oscar nominations for acting. Fonda went 41 years between The Grapes of Wrath and On Golden Pond. 42 years went by between Hirsch's nominations for Ordinary People and The Fabelmans. Coming up, the professor, Jacqueline Stewart, has a triple feature of Harold Lloyd's shorts for Silent Sunday Night, starting with Among Those Present from 1921. That is next on Turner Classic Movies.